not cute. So that's why it's funny story. So I actually have this kind of idea why it's called funny story. Reading the ending of the book, it confirms my suspicion why the title of this book is funny story. Love it. 5 star.
Hello everyone, welcome to another Bookish update. So today is Wednesday and I just finished reading Funny Story by Emily Henry and I gave this 5 stars. I really like the story. Although it's unpredictable, but I still enjoyed it. And I thought it's a rom-com. Yeah, I'll save the other stuff I wanted to say for this book on my book reading wrap up by the end of this month, and I was able to finish 4 books this month, and I am planning to read this next, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, but I'm not sure yet. I hope I can finish this book before this month ends so I can add it on my March reading wrap up. Knowing me, I don't think I can finish this. And also I love the audiobook of Funny Story by Emily Henry. I think it sounds so good. For some reasons I enjoyed it as well. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to finish the book in 5 days. I can finish it faster than that, but since I was in a slump this couple of months, I was not able to finish it in 3 days. Usually, I can finish a book in 3 days. But yeah, now I don't think I'm in a slump and hoping we could finish a lot of books. I was also able to update my book reading journal. It's part of my intro. I was able to do that. Now I just have to put in the last book I read. Also, before I read this, I have to put plastic cover on it just because I wanted to make sure the front part is covered, because I think I saw one video on TikTok where they have the Twisted series book. The cover has this foil in front and it's like fading over time. So I don't have that book, but just in case I'll get something like that. I want to preserve the look of the covers. Stay tuned for my monthly book reading wrap up. Like I said, I will be posting my up all of my book reviews on that video. I will make an in-depth book review for A Novel Love Story, Wild Love, and Funny Story. And hoping for The Spanish Love Deception. I already have the audiobook for that, and I am going blind in this book. I haven't read the synopsis or anything. I think I don't read the synopsis of the books I wanted to read just because I want to surprise myself. I did the same with Funny Story. I just heard and saw good reviews about it. That's why I am excited to read a lot of Emily Henry books, but that doesn't mean I know the story. I do have more Emily Henry books that I will read by April, because I already have my TBR for the month of April, which I already have a blog for that as well. Stay tuned for that. So you guys will know who picked my book for the month of April, because for March it's Apollo and for April it's a surprise. So you guys watch that and stay tuned for that. And I think by May I'll let my husband pick my TBR for that month, because it's our birth month. We are both born on May. And by the way, Sunrise of the Reaping is already out, and I need to go to Fully Book, which is like a local bookstore here in the Philippines, and I need to get a copy of that. And I hope my husband will give me the money to buy that, because I'm broke right now, so I can't buy it. And I was so excited about it because it's Hamish's story. So I need to get that. Ano ba? I believe that Hamish has like a glimpse of his story when he was in the Hunger Games I think it's in the last book of Hunger Games. I think that's Catching Fire. Catching Fire? Last book. I think so. But I am excited about that because I forgot the name of the girl that he's with. That's also in District 12. So I wanted to read his full story and what happened to him because he's a complete disaster in the Hunger Games movie. Like the whole movie. Same thing with the book. So I wanted to know what happened with him and what Snow did to him. Because I think it was mentioned in the book when he was telling his story during his Hunger Games that Haymitch and Katniss do have this kind of similarity when they were in the games. I think Haymitch did discover something while he's in his games, and then Katniss was also able to discover the force field during Mockingjay. Is it Mockingjay? Oh, Catching Fire. That's in Catching Fire. So Mockingjay, I think, is the last book, or yeah, it's the last book of the series. So I think that's where Haymitch's stories is. But anyways, they have a they have similarities on that because I think Haymitch discovered a force field as well on the time that he's in the games. That's why he won the 50th annual Hunger Games. So they quite have this similarity. It was not mentioned in the movie. I hope it was. We're able to understand more about why Haymitch is like that. But the good thing is Suzanne Collins did actually make his own book, and he's gonna have his own movie as well. It's showing 2026. I just saw it on Instagram, but yeah. So I can't wait for that. But that's it for this short bookish update. I will now have to wrap my book in a plastic cover. I'm not sure if I should read this or should I read the other book I have in my TBR for this month, which is Girl in the Walls, or should I read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I don't know. We'll think about it, but whatever book I decided to read, I would put cover on it just to protect it. But that's all. I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow. Hello. So I ended up wrapping the Spanish Love Deception. So this is what I am going to read today. And I might read a couple of pages within 20 minutes because I have to pick up Apollo later. But this is what we are going to read today. This book takes like 15 minutes before I can finish one chapter. My God. That's so unnecessary for for a romance book, to be honest. That's too long unless there's like a complete plot twist talaga for the book. Pero it's just fake dating and enemies to lovers na book. Whatever. Pero I'll try to finish this before March 31st. So, para ma-add ko siya sa book reading wrap-up. So, I'm done reading for the day and I'll update you guys tomorrow about the book. So, I just finished reading 3 chapters of this book. Every chapter in this book takes about 15 minutes to get done, and that's with the audiobook. Imagine without the audiobook, it's gonna take longer. But on the bright side, this book is funny. I am not the fan of the banter, but
it's actually good. Although I love the scenes that happen from chapter 6 to chapter 9. I love how their relationship are starting to, turn from enemies to friends. And I love how mysterious Aaron is. Actually, he's very mysterious. He's like a one-liner kind of guy whenever Catalina asks him something. So he's very mysterious in this book, but the way Catalina explained how Aaron looks at him most of the time. I have this prediction that Aaron likes Catalina for a while now. And him offering himself to be her date on her sister's wedding, I think that's like him waiting for this chance to find an opportunity for him to get to know Catalina, because they're like, since day one they're like enemies, and it was kind of explained here why, but I'm not gonna get into much detail in that because I don't want to spoil the book. I think they're starting to have this friendship already, and reading chapter 3 to 9, it seems like Catalina is getting attracted with Aaron. To be honest, I'm starting to get bored at it because of how long every chapter has to get done. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a slow burn kind of book, but this one is, I think it's like super unnecessary, to be honest, because they've been like together and all that stuff. In work, it's like it's like a forced proximity. So I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know, to be honest, but I really like slow burn books. I'm just probably burned out with reading too much romance, that's why, but I think I'm starting to like it. I hope we can get to the part where Catalina is no longer stubborn. Actually, we're on that part already, but maybe no more tense between the two of them, and we'll see how it goes. But this is good. It's starting to be good. I just don't like. I'm not a fan of the banter though, because I think Aaron is just like a one-liner guy. But even though he's mysterious, he's got this, humor, or whenever he says something, it's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna read more later, and we'll see what's gonna happen. And I think I'm almost 50%, so I'm happy about that. So we'll see what's gonna happen in this book, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so another update for the Spanish Love Deception. I just finished chapter 12, and I don't know, I'm starting to feel disappointed with this book, or maybe it's just me, but after reading chapter 12, it's just so annoying that they're still fighting or whatsoever when it's clear that Catalina likes Aaron. And they're both stubborn. I don't know. And it's just confusing because they already went to a date. I mean, it's a fake date. And they even have plans on going to Catalina's sister's wedding. So they should be, having truce, right? Or whatsoever, just for them to feel comfortable on the wedding day, or at least try to be friends or whatsoever. But I don't know. Catalina is stubborn because Aaron wants to be friends with her. But Catalina doesn't want that. It makes her feel uncomfortable. But me reading that part makes me feel angry. It's like they're both stubborn, but Catalina is super stubborn. It's just, it's starting to get annoying even more. Especially, I'm almost to the part where they're gonna fly together to Spain. So, if this is like part of the build up of the book, I honestly think it's really unnecessary. And I don't want to say any bad thing about the book because it's an author's life work, but still, I mean, it's still unnecessary though. Their banter is okay, and then after that there's gonna be like a few banters that are like, for me it's like boring or whatsoever. I don't know, maybe it's just really not for me. And then they're gonna have this one good banter, and then after that it just went flat again. I don't know what's happening. And then it's clearly that Catalina really likes Aaron, and Aaron are showing signs that, you know, she likes Catalina, or he wants to be friends with her, but she's like, I don't know. Both of them are kind of annoying, I would say. And there's parts in the book that catches my attention. And then, I mean, it's good. It made me giggle. But after that, it's just, there's like this long minutes of flat line while reading the book. I don't know. I just have to finish it. I wanted to know what's gonna happen. I wanted to see if it's gonna have a good story after chapter 12. Hopefully, I'm almost 50% of the book, and I'm not, I still find the characters quite annoying. So, oh, so sorry. But we're still gonna give it a try. I read books because I want to feel relaxed. I want to feel good. But yes, child, I don't feel anything like that right now. You know? I'm not I'm not relaxed. I'm frustrated and stressed. So, I just finished The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. And I gave it a 2 star. I don't think it's for me. It made me feel like there are some parts that are quite very repetitive. It's like she's using the same word or phrase to describe something multiple times, and it's mostly all in the chapters. The spicy scenes were not super spicy for me, or it doesn't have any spice for me. And their banter, I just realized that they don't have any banter at all. It's mostly like the female main character is just the one who's throwing shade through Aaron, and Aaron was not really throwing shade at her. So I don't think this is an enemies to lovers trope. Although I like the part where it's like a one bed trope. I like that part. But the rest, it's not really for me. So like I said, I gave it a 2 stars. I was expecting more, and it's not very impactful for me for some reasons. I don't know why. It's just that there's no spark for me. And I think I'm just too burnt out reading romance books for this month, like I said, but it's really not for me, unfortunately. It just fell flat. There are some parts, there are some good parts, but they are not good enough to keep me engaged or like the book. And I don't know, it's just, I'm kind of disappointed because this is one of my book club members, like it's one of her favorite book, and I tried my best to give it a shot because most of her recommendations were good. But this one, it fell really flat. Although as you can see, I have some tabs there. There are some good parts. There are some parts that I am angry. I smiled, not laugh. But aside from that, that's it. And I don't think there's any growth between the two characters. Maybe I should read it again in the future for me to understand, but I didn't see any growth in any of them. And most of the story just revolves around them. You know, the side characters, I believe they have good contribution to the story as well, but there's like very little exposure or information about the side characters, which is kind of another disappointment for this book, because I was hoping more for Rosie, you know, more information about Rosie, and then more things about what happened between her and her ex. But I don't know, it just fell flat, and there's just something missing in it. That's why I gave it a 2-star. It's not that I hate it. It's just that I don't like it. And maybe it's just a me thing. It's just, yeah, it fell flat. But I have to compose my thoughts first for this book before I give out my full review about it. Because like I said from my previous clips, that books written by these authors are their life work. So I wanted to give a constructive criticism as much as I can, because I don't want to give negative feedback. I want to give a constructive criticism as much as I can. That's all for this weekly reading vlog, and I am so happy I was able to finish 2 books. All I can say is The Spanish Love Deception versus The Funny Story by Emily Henry. I really liked Emily Henry's The Funny Story, so I would say that's my favorite read this week. And my least favorite read this week is The Spanish Love Deception. But it's just really not for me. But maybe we could give it another shot. We could try to reread it again. Maybe there will be a completely different thought after that. I just don't know why this week both of the books I read were like based on a fake dating kind of situation. Funny Story, there's like fake dating trope. Same with this one. And forced proximity and all that. But yeah, that's my week, and let's hope I can read more this week, because it's April tomorrow. So yeah.
Subscribe.
Like and share. Bye.